So here now, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee. Good to see you as always, sir. What do you think?
Everything she says is wrong. Number one, she's a nice lady. The Iran nuclear deal went to the Congress and it was rejected in a bipartisan fashion, but we didn't get 60 votes. It was voted on in the House in a bipartisan vote of rejection. It's not a treaty. Trump's not bound by the worst deal since Munich. So I am so pleased that Pompeo made the Reagan speech toward Iran like Reagan made toward the Soviet Union. I am so pleased that President Trump is letting the Iranian president know there's a new sheriff in town. Everything Obama did not work. He would crawl through glass to get this deal with the Ayatollah, who took all the money, not the people. We're on the verge of history here. The Trump doctrine when it comes to Iran was Ronald Reagan's doctrine when it came to the Soviet Union. It is an evil empire. We're going to stand with the people. I'm going to introduce a resolution soon siding with the Iranian people against the regime, and let's see how Congress votes.
And how will that work?
Well, I'll have a resolution saying that we stand with the Iranian people for their right to self-determination, condemning the regime for holding American sailors hostage on the high seas, for disrupting the Mideast, for murdering innocent Iranians who just want to be able to determine their own future. It'd be an indictment against the Ayatollah and his henchmen. This is the worst regime in the world in terms of threats. Russia, North Korea are threats. Radical Islam like Al-Qaeda are threats. But the biggest threat of all to me is this regime in Iran. They're religious Nazis who are trying to develop a nuclear capability. And the question is, would they hit Riyadh and Saudi Arabia first or go to Jerusalem? The Arabs and the Israelis are now united against Iran. Mike Pompeo's speech was awesome. President Trump's tweet says there's a new sheriff in town. We're going to bring this regime down by helping the Iranian people. Regime change is the only way to save Mideast from just perpetual conflict. This regime needs to go.
Yeah, I mean, how do you do that, though? And you know, what about, you said Maria was wrong in everything she said, but what do you think about the fact that sometimes this kind of talk can embolden the hardliners? What's your response to that?
There are no moderates. Nobody is running Iran except the Ayatollah. If you want to run for office, you have to get his permission. They knock everybody off the ballot that they don't like. So there are no moderates in Iran. Break their back economically, impose sanctions on their oil, drive them out of Syria. Don't cut a deal with Russia to give them Syria. Stand up to them throughout the entire Mideast. Help Israel deal with the Iranian Hezbollah threat. Break their economy. Stand with the Iranian people. Get information into Iran that will drive the Iranian regime crazy. We're on the verge of history here with Iran, and I want to compliment President Trump and Mike Pompeo. We're about to pull off something very big.
Fascinating. Senator, thank you. Good to see you tonight.
Thank you.
So